Welcome to Vibe Sense. For what feels like forever, Formula One has been this exclusive 10-team club. Well, that's all about to change. Get ready, folks, because an iconic American brand is crashing the party, and the F1 grid, it's officially getting bigger. Yeah, that's right. For ages, it's been the same 10 teams battling it out, a real closed shop. But that era, it's coming to an end. In 2026, a brand new chapter for Formula One is about to begin. And here it is, the big one. After so many rumors and so much speculation, the grid is officially making room for team number 11. And it's a huge name. We're talking about Cadillac, jumping right into the heart of Formula One. So the big questions are, how on earth did they pull this off? And more importantly, can they actually compete? Let's dive in and break it all down. Okay, so here's the plan. We're going to look at how they officially got in, who's actually building this team, and why 2026 is such a game changer. Then we'll get into their engine strategy and finish up with a look at their strengths versus the massive challenges ahead. All right, first things first, getting that golden ticket onto the grid. And let me tell you, this was not as simple as just writing a big check. It was a whole journey of rejection, some really smart strategy, and absolutely perfect timing. Believe it or not, their journey actually started with a pretty big setback. Their first bid for 2025 got rejected flat out. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of just giving up, they made a super critical pivot. They refocused everything on 2026, aligning their entry with those massive new regulations. And that strategic move, it totally paid off. They got an agreement in principle by late 2024, and then boom, the final green light in April 2025. Just like that, Cadillac was officially on the grid. Okay, so they've got their spot. Now the real work begins, building a world-class Formula One team completely from scratch. So who are the key players? Well, leading the charge is team principal Graham Loden, a guy who brings some really crucial experience from his time at Manor Marussia. And behind the wheel, they've signed an absolute powerhouse veteran duo, Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. And get this for a setup. While their main HQ is going to be in Indiana, they're also setting up key bases right in the UK's motorsport valley. You got to be there to tap into all that F1 talent, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. With all this exciting young American talent out there, guys like Herta or Palou, why go with two established veterans? Well, it all boils down to one simple, crucial word: stability. For a brand new team, the kind of consistent, high-quality feedback that Checo and Valtteri can give you, well, that's way more valuable than the raw but totally unpredictable pace of a rookie. And this strategy didn't go unnoticed. Reuters nailed it when they called the driver pairing a safe, obvious choice. And that's the whole point. It shows Cadillac isn't here to gamble. They're all about building a solid foundation, and that starts with having drivers you can 100% count on from the very first lap. So let's talk about the timing. Why 2026? What is the big deal about that specific year? Well, it all comes down to the single biggest regulation shakeup F1 has seen in a generation. And this chart really shows you the heart of that change. Right now, a power unit is roughly 80% internal combustion engine and 20% electric. But from 2026 onwards, that split becomes a massive 50-50. And folks, this isn't just a small tweak. It's a complete revolution in how you design an F1 engine. But wait, there's more. This reset goes way beyond just the engine. We're talking 100% sustainable fuels, totally new chassis concepts, and active aerodynamics. So what does this all really mean? It means those baked-in advantages the big teams have had for years, they get wiped away, or at least significantly reduced. It is the absolute perfect moment for a newcomer like Cadillac to jump in, because pretty much everyone is starting from the same blank sheet of paper. Now, let's be real. Building a competitive Formula One power unit is one of the hardest engineering challenges on the entire planet. So, how is a new team like Cadillac going to tackle it? Well, they've got a very, very clever two-phase strategy. Check this out. For the first 3 years, that's 2026 through 2028, they're going to be a customer team. They'll use proven, reliable, and let's face it, very powerful Ferrari engines. This is smart, right? It lets them focus all their energy on designing a great car and building up the race team. Then, the plan is, from 2029 onwards, they make the switch to Phase 2, becoming a full-blown works team, running their very own in-house GM power unit. And just so we're all on the same page, becoming a works team, that's the ultimate goal in Formula One. It means the same company designs and builds both the car and the engine. That perfect integration, that harmony, it's basically the holy grail for performance. And that is exactly what Cadillac is playing the long game for. But look, starting a new F1 team is ridiculously difficult. So let's get real for a minute and weigh the team's massive potential against the very, very real challenges they're going to face. Okay, let's look at the balance sheet. In the strengths column, you've got the huge financial and tech backing of General Motors. That's a big one. You have two veteran drivers to guide development right away, and you got a proven Ferrari engine to hit the ground running. But the challenges, man, they are immense. You have to build a winning culture from scratch, all under a strict cost cap. You've got these complex logistics, splitting operations between the US and the UK, and the biggest one of all, trying to match the absolutely relentless development pace of giants like Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. And that's why we've got to manage our expectations here. We shouldn't expect Cadillac to be fighting for podiums in their first race. That's just not realistic. A truly successful first season for them would be consistently making it into Q2, that's the second round of qualifying, and being sharp enough to snatch up some points whenever an opportunity pops up. So, when you step back and look at it, this is a massively ambitious, really well-funded project, and they're jumping into the sport at the absolute perfect time. But it all boils down to this one huge question. Can an American-led, American-headquartered team actually break into the European-dominated fortress that is Formula One and succeed? I guess we're all going to find out in 2026. Thanks for watching. Bye, Sense.